Let me start out by pointing out that you're a macroeconomist.
So are you?
Well, those are fighting words where I come from, but you know, but you've done a lot of work that's really closely related to micro. And how does that work?
I mean, I'll say the other way around. You've done a lot of work closely related to macro. I mean, we're interested in, very similar questions. Why people make consumption decisions, why people work. We're talking right now about employment at the aggregate level, why it's so low. Is that a labor economist who kind of studies that? Is that a macroeconomist who studies that? I think we're all after the same type of questions.
Fundamentally, you're an economist.
Economist, exactly.
Now, how does an economist approach these kinds of issues?
I mean, you want to try to understand a question that you think you care about at a minimum and maybe somebody else does as well. And then you want to try to bring some sort of economic framework to potentially understand that question. And then you want to try to bring some data to bear to kind of tease among the potential mechanisms that you kind of think could be driving that. So both you and I have thought about trends in employment. So why are people working? How is it moving over time? That's an important question.
Gary Becker obviously was a big influence on you, big influence on me. Always taught us to think about the household as being at least as important as the market in terms of explaining human behavior. We've seen other changes in the household that drove people into the labor market. For example, people talk about the decline in the number of children, helping push women into the labor market.
The advent of consumer durables that might make
Exactly,
women have, you basically, you have a microwave and a vacuum cleaner, and then you have to, if you want to tend to the house and cook, man or woman, it's a lot easier to do now than it was in the past, and that might have freed up more time that people could then
labor-saving devices in a household, whether they're washing machines. I mean, the wash used to be a major undertaking. Now even I can do the wash. This story is not a new one, although in those cases it was operating in the opposite direction. It was household, new things that were coming online in the household were actually pushing people into the market. You now have this heretical idea that somehow the new things coming on the market may actually be pulling people into the household.
Well, I mean, let's think about, like Gary would have done it. There might be multiple uses of our time. We could work. We might do things at the house, in the household level, for which, a change in the price of that good, might make us do less of it. So think about, again, washing machines. So there's two ways I could wash my clothes. With my time or the washing machine's time. So when the price of the washing machine goes down, I might say, maybe I'm more likely to buy a washing machine, and then I could use less of my time. So it's almost like the production of clean clothes. It's kind of a trade-off between whether I'm going to get it with the washing machine or my own time. And then there's other goods, like playing golf, or watching TV, where the price of or playing video games, where my time is necessary for me to engage in those actions. So as much as, I like you, I can't watch you play video games and get the same utility as maybe playing myself. Or I say, hey, Kevin, I'm going to pay you to play 6 hours of video games, and I'm not going to get the same happiness out of it.
I used to always tell my class that, one of the limits on, ability of men to change their labor supply in response to the wage is you can't hire people to watch TV.
Exactly, it's the same kind of thing.
It doesn't work
exactly,
very
it's
well.
not the technology. So when the price of TVs change, maybe that says I want to, watch more TVs relative to other things, but I still need my time. So in this sense, and maybe if the TV's nicer, then I might want to actually invest more of my time into that.
So my time in a TV is a complement.
It's a complement, exactly. So then, certain price changes, like the price of washing machines go down, that actually could free up time done at the home to allocate to other things, maybe watching more TV and work more. Maybe both of those things go up. When the price of TVs go down relative to washing machines or work, the relative price, then you might say, well, maybe I want to watch more TV, and that absorbs my time, and then I do less washing machines, I have less clean clothes, and less time for work. So that's exactly the, different goods have these different prices.